Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, My Loverlies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today is New Makeup Monday, and we've got lots of good stuff to talk about. We are going through what is new at Revolution Beauty. Lots of good stuff, y'all. I was very, very surprised. Before we get started, a very special, very warm welcome to any of those that are new to my channel. I am so incredibly happy that you are here. If you enjoy the content, I do so hope that you will mash that thumbs up button. I hope that you will subscribe if you have not already. And I hope that you will ring my bell, turn on your notifications, so that way, next time I upload a video, you can come right back here and we can hang out together again. Also, my makeup is already done. Y'all, I'm so in love with today's eye look. It turned out exactly the way that I wanted it to. I did make sure to film a TikTok on today's eye look if you're interested. It turned out so super pretty. I love this color combo. Of course, in the description of the TikTok, I will have a full product list of everything that I used to do today's full face of makeup. Of course, if you have any questions about what I used or how I used it, all you have to do is leave me a comment and I will get back to you. Guys, if you are not following me on all my other socials, you definitely should go do that. I post fun content every single day, and if you're following me everywhere, you don't have to worry about missing a single moment of it. All right, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in to the new goodness. Revolution just came out with their new Skin Silk line, and it includes, I think there's a foundation, a glowy primer, a highlighter, couple of other things. Y'all, I am super interested in Skin Silk. When I think of Skin Silk, I think of soft, smooth, supple, glossy, glowy. All things just like, ooh, yumminess, and my dried up dusty old mommy self was like completely and totally into it. So I rushed to the Revolution website and picked up one of everything. The first thing I want to talk about is their glowy filter primer kind of thing. And y'all, this is almost identical to the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter, the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Hollywood filter. It's the same exact premise. And because I have a couple of different products just like this in my collection, I figured we'd do just a little bit of a quick comparison, and I have thoughts. So this is very, very similar to the Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow Perfector and the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. They're all almost identical. The shades are the same. The only thing that differs is maybe how they feel on the skin and maybe application method. And they all have different values as well. So the worst value of the bunch is, unfortunately my favorite. This is the Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow Perfector. I love this thing so very much. From the moment I tried it, I fell in love with it. I love how hydrating it feels on the skin. It is so lightweight and it feels so hydrating and cooling. This thing it stole my heart the moment I tried it. Unfortunately, like I said, it is the worst value. You're only getting about 20 mils of product in here, and all three of these products, they go for around the same price point. So everything is around $12. You're getting a fairly small amount of product in here, and it's just so pretty. I can't not talk about it. I love how hydrating this is. So this goes on, you guys can see, very, very, very minute amount of coverage. This is really just going to go on, slightly even out your skin tone. It has that peachy kind of tone to it, so it's going to do just a little bit of color correcting. But what it's really going to do is slightly even out the skin tone, give the skin a little bit of that juiced up, glowy finish. And that's exactly what this does. I do prefer this kind of application method as opposed to the doe foot application, just because I think it can get just a little bit irritating having to dip back into the pot a million times to cover your face. So I like this. However, I do find that the sponge tip applicator can be incredibly messy and wasteful as well. 9 times out of 10, what I'll end up doing is just tearing this sponge off and just twisting it out directly onto my face or my sponge, whatever application method I decide to use for that day. But this sponge just really isn't necessary, and it's going to soak up a ton of your product and make the value that much worse. The next up, we have the Revolution one, and this one I thought was actually pretty interesting. So this one is a little bit better of a value. You're getting about 23 mils of product in this one, so 3 more mils than the Maybelline one. This goes for $12. The application method is pretty much the standard for this kind of product. You're getting the doe foot applicator. I actually really enjoy the packaging. You get a nice glass bottle, so it's nice, right? But it goes on and swatched right next to the Maybelline one. You can tell that they're almost identical. I will say that the Maybelline definitely has more of a pink undertone, whereas the Revolution is definitely more peach, which is probably why I prefer the Maybelline one, because I definitely am a pink kind of girl. But I do think that the Revolution one has just a little bit more coverage than the Maybelline as well. Again, the Revolution one is, the formula itself is a little bit surprising because it dries down on its own. The Maybelline one stays kind of juicy and glossy on the skin. I mean, it still doesn't stay sticky or tacky on the skin at all, just kind of like instantly absorbs into the skin. But the Revolution one has a little bit of a thicker formula. Again, there's definitely more pigmentation and coverage there as well. Still very, very light coverage, but it doesn't feel as hydrating. So I feel like if you had more of like an oilier combo kind of skin type, and you want that glow, but you don't necessarily want the hydration, I feel like this would be, the Revolution would be the best option for you. But can you guys see how freaking identical they look on the skin? I think the amount of glow is almost identical. And when you blend them out, you're not even really noticing that much of a difference in tone either. They could pretty much be the same product and you would never know. Last but not least, we have the e.l.f. So this one is the best value out of all three. This one, you're getting 1.6 fluid ounces of product, so a little bit over an ounce and a half. This again goes for around $12, so definitely the best value out of the bunch. I also really enjoy the component on this as well. The packaging is really nice. You get a nice big glass bottle. I love the super cute pink top to it. Again, same exact kind of application method, and then swatched out next to the other two. You can definitely tell, I think, in my opinion, the e.l.f. has the most amount of coverage. I think the e.l.f. is kind of a mixture between these two put together, because you're getting the hydration from the Maybelline, but you're getting a little bit more of that coverage from the Revolution as well. I do think that out of all three of these, this one, it's the best buy. It is the best buy for sure. I just think that this one overall is so beautiful. It's got that hydrating kind of feel to it. It's got a little bit more pigmentation than the other two. This one is going to be the best if you're just wanting to do like a one and done kind of thing. This is going to give you the most kind of like coverage. It's going to give you the most glow. It's going to give you a little bit of hydration. Yeah, it's fantastic. I think all three products are beautiful, but I do think that the e.l.f. one is the best value. It's making me rethink how much I love the Maybelline one, because even though the Maybelline has the pinkiest undertone out of all three of them, the fact that you're only getting 20 mils of product in here really bothers me. You're getting almost half as much in the Maybelline as you're getting in the e.l.f. for almost the same price point, and that bothers me quite a bit. So if I had to recommend any of these to you, it would certainly be the e.l.f. one, though I think the Revolution one is just as pretty. I just think the value isn't quite as nice here. Again, if you have oily skin though, I do think this one is going to be your best option, because it's going to give you a little bit of that glow, a little bit of that coverage, but it's not going to like overly hydrate your skin. Next up, we have the Skin Silk Foundation, and y'all, this just sounded so nice to me. So it says this is supposed to be a light medium coverage product. It's supposed to give you a radiant satin finish. It's got some skincare in here. They say it's got a hyaluronic peptide complex, just all kinds of good stuff. The packaging, first and foremost, is absolutely adorable. I love this kind of like soft nude pink. You've got this really gorgeous frosted bottle with a really nice high quality pump top on it. Like, this is delightful. Love the packaging. Super teeny tiny, very easy to store. This would be great to travel with because it's so tiny. I got to look in, and you're getting 0.77 fluid ounces of product in here, so the exact same amount that you're getting in the glowy filter primer. So like, they could have made this bottle much smaller, quite honestly. However, the thing that really peeves me about Revolution complexion products is that they skimp out on that full fluid ounce of product. 9 times out of 10, when you buy a foundation or you buy a primer, you're getting a full fluid ounce of product. And because I saw that there was only 0.77 fluid ounces in here, and the same went for the primer, I went and I checked a lot of my other Revolution foundations and found that to be the case for just about all of them. So they're skimping out on about 20% of the product in here. So this foundation goes for $14, which is a little bit pricey, especially comparatively. Like, if you're comparing it to other drugstore foundations, this is a little bit on the higher side of the spectrum, and you're getting less product in here. Now, while I can kind of understand, because there's skincare in here, all that good stuff, like that new CoverGirl foundation was like, what, $21, $22. So I understand things are getting more expensive, but at least with the CoverGirl one, we were getting a full fluid ounce of product. It just peeves me. It peeves me so bad. Anyway, that aside, it's not a great value, but it is a really beautiful foundation. I actually really enjoyed working with this foundation. I think the coverage is beautiful. I think the finish on the skin is gorgeous. I got mine in the shade F3. It is a pretty solid shade match for me. I really enjoy the undertone. I feel like Revolution does cooler undertones really well. It's like almost an exact shade match for me, so I love it so very much. And it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It leaves just a little bit of a sheen on the skin. It is not a flat matte product at all, but it goes on, gives just a little bit of hydration to the skin, gives a little bit of coverage, evens everything out. It feels incredibly lightweight on the skin. It's a very thin, watery, runny kind of product, and because of that, it just kind of like blends out effortlessly on the face. This is beautiful. I really enjoyed this so very much, and it kind of does remind me of like skin silk. It kind of, you know how like silk has a little bit of that glossy kind of sheen to it, but it also is just it's beautiful. It looks great on my lines and my wrinkles and my pores. Doesn't really emphasize anything. I know I'm looking a little bit rough in today's video. I do apologize for that. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been up all night. I haven't been to bed yet. I'm trying to run around and get 1,000,001 different things done, and filming was kind of like low man on the totem pole. So I've been wearing my makeup for, I want to say, a good like 12-13 hours at this point, so my under eyes are starting to look just a little bit rough. So please give me just a little bit of grace. But I am wearing this foundation today, and I will say that it has held up beautifully throughout the day. I've been doing laundry, washing dishes. I cleaned my kitchen earlier. Like, I've been running my hiney off, and it still looks really nice. It is starting to like sink in to my forehead lines just a little bit, but it still looks good at the corners of my mouth. It's not breaking up or anything like that. So it's a beautifully wearing foundation as well. Do I think it is anything super spectacular? Do you need it in your life? Is it worth the $14? I think that it's a nice foundation if you're looking for a good semi-satin, kind of semi-glowy foundation that's got very light to medium kind of coverage to it. I do think that this is a good choice. I think that there are better options out there at a better price point. I think that this is, I mean, actually really similar. It reminds me a lot of the Maybelline Superstay. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour skin tint. It's got that same kind of vibe to it. Now, they're not exact dupes for each other, and certainly the Maybelline isn't quite as pretty as the Revolution, and you are getting a full fluid ounce of product in here. So there's that. I do think that this is a really beautiful foundation. I don't think you'd be disappointed if you tried it out, but I also don't think that it's like you need to run out and buy it right now either. Next up in this collection is this bad boy right here. So this is the Revolution Beam Bright Silk Touch highlighter. This is the highlight that I'm wearing today, and when I tell you this highlight is freaking beautiful, it is so incredibly gorgeous. I cannot. First of all, the packaging, 10 out of 10. Now this is a $10 highlighter. The smallest amount of this is going to take you the very, very longest way. It is for, oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So I love the packaging. I love this kind of like thick, it's almost like acrylic feeling, very thick, slim, kind of sleek packaging. I actually really like the packaging. You open it up and this is your highlight. Now I got the lightest shade in the range. This is the shade Diamond Glow. And when I tell you, this is absolutely freaking blinding. This highlight is so stunning. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to build it up just a little bit because it is definitely a builder. But it is so, so pretty. It is buttery soft. It definitely feels like a baked product. So it's got a little bit of that drier, crumblier kind of consistency to it. You can see it's domed as well. But this is so beautiful. It builds beautifully on the skin. You can do just a little bit and get a super subtle kind of glow, or you can build it up a little bit more and make it absolutely blinding. This stuff is gorgeous. It goes onto the skin. There's no big chunks of glitter. There's nothing like chunky or sparkly about this product at all. It just goes onto the skin and just kind of like lights up the skin. Do you guys see that? Just instantly goes on. It doesn't enhance texture. It doesn't look chunky. It's so pretty. It is very similar to the new Moira highlight. This is the Moira Dreamlight highlighter. This is in the shade Ballerina. And again, the products are almost identical. However, the Moira one definitely has more of like a sparkle and a shimmer to it, whereas this one doesn't have any of the glitter in it. There's no sparkle. It's just very smooth, kind of like moonlit glow kind of thing. This is so, so beautiful, as is this one, but the formulas are incredibly similar. They've got the same texture. They've got that same domed kind of shape to them. The consistency is almost identical. I will say that the Revolution one isn't quite as buttery, and it doesn't feel quite as soft and silky as the Moira one does, but I do think that the overall like finish on the skin is really, really similar. Yeah, I think they're gorgeous, but you can see that this one, that Revolution one, it's blinding. It is absolutely stunning. I put this on, I'm going to put a little bit of that Moira one on top because it's just as pretty. But the first time I tried this new Revolution highlighter, I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty. Mama likey. This is absolutely stunning. Out of everything in today's video, this is the one thing that I say you need in your life. Like, this is the one thing that is 100% going and checking out, because it really is just that stinking pretty. I like this so, so very much. I also really, really think you should go check out the Moira highlight because it's beautiful as well. Next up, I picked up a new lipstick. This is the new Revolution Satin Allure lipstick. And first of all, I think Revolution is really knocking it out of the park with the whole packaging thing. I think that they're putting a lot of time and thought into their packaging. They're trying to make their packaging elevated. They're trying to make it a little bit bougie. They're trying to give you a little bit of an experience, and they're definitely, like, they're doing it. They're definitely serving what they wanted to serve. Like, the packaging on this lipstick is absolutely insane. I love that the whole vibe of this new collection is like that frosted pink, kind of like nudie neutral frosted, just kind of like almost elevated elegance. It's stunning. I like it so, so very much. But I picked this up in the shade Berry Boss, and this is just stunning. So the actual bullet itself is such a pretty shape. It's almost square in shape, but it also has like a little bit of a cup to the top of the lipstick, so it really hugs the lips and feels, it's super easy to put on. It is so creamy. It's not the lipstick I'm wearing. I'm actually wearing my She Glam lipstick today. It is my very, very favorite. I can't get over that color, but this color is really pretty as well. It's not a long wearing lipstick. This one is definitely creamier, has that really gorgeous kind of like buttery feel to it. It is so nice. Definitely not going to be a long wear product, but if you like a good creamy, buttery, like almost like just decadent kind of lipstick, it just glides onto the lips. Like you put it on and you just want to keep applying it because it feels so good going onto the lips. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel heavy. It just feels really nice and comfortable. It just, oh, it's so nice. I love the color as well. They've got a couple of really gorgeous colors in this line. Most of them are more on the neutral side of the spectrum, but this cooler tone is absolutely everything. Again, that is the shade Berry Boss, and it is stunning. Now, this lipstick goes for around $8. However, it is on sale right now. I think it's on sale for like $5.50, somewhere around in there. So if you want to check it out, I do think that you would really, really enjoy this. Again, this lipstick and the highlight are my two favorite things out of today's entire video. I think they're delightful. 100% worth your money. This lipstick and this highlight, worth the entire order. We only have a couple of things left to talk about, and then I will release you. We are just about done. Today's video is going to be short and sweet. That doesn't often happen on my channel, so I'm actually pretty happy about that. But the next one we have is this blush right here. So this is the Revolution Powder Blush. This is Blusher Reloaded, but the reason I love this so much is because I am just in love with this shade Viral Purple. It is stunning. It's the blush that I'm wearing today, and it's gorgeous. It's such a pretty purple blush. I actually really enjoy the kind of like wavy pattern on the pan. Super pretty. This blush feels so nice. It's silky and soft, and you look at this color and you're like, ooh, that's gonna be too much. That's like an electric purple. But then you swatch it and it's pigmented, but it's like gently pigmented. It is a very buildable formula. It just goes on and it looks so pretty. And while it is still very purple, I would say that it's more of like a warm purple than a cool purple. It definitely leans more on like that pink side of purple as opposed to lavender. So when it goes on the cheeks, it still gives you that cooler tone, but it's more like it's warm and cool at the same time. I don't know. It's still a purple blush, but it translates more of a pink when you apply it on the cheeks and just blends out so effortlessly. See how it keeps a little bit of that purple undertone, but it also leans just a little bit more pink. This is the shade Viral Purple, and I don't ever hear anybody talk about this blush. The formula itself, I don't think is anything super special. I think that it would take something really awful to make a blush that I didn't like. It's very buildable. It's pigmented, but not like scary pigmented, so you can really customize your intensity. But I just think this color is so special. I don't have this tone of purple anywhere else in my collection. I've gotten really lucky recently and found some really gorgeous, super cool toned purple blushes. My very favorite at the moment is actually from About Face. We're going to talk about that a little bit later this week. But this one is very nice. I enjoy the packaging, I enjoy the formula, and I really enjoy the color. So if you've been wanting to kind of dip a toe into the purple blush pond, but are just a little bit intimidated by like a bright purple blush, this one I think is a great way to start. It's purple, but it's also pink. It's very approachable, but it still gives you that purple blush vibe. And then last but not least, we have this one right here. So this is the Revolution Forever Dynamic. This is the Ambient palette. So I figured that we'd talk about it. I haven't talked about a Revolution eyeshadow in quite a minute, actually. So I figured we'd just give it a go. So this is part of the Forever Flawless line. The Forever Flawless eyeshadow palettes are the ones that come in this tin packaging, and I actually really enjoy them. The Forever Flawless line is one of my very favorites. When it comes to Revolution eyeshadow, the quality is not consistent at all. A lot of their different lines have different formulas. Some are much better than others, and some are just absolutely awful. I really do like the ones that come in this tin packaging. So this is a little 8-pan palette. It is pink but neutral at the same time. It's kind of got like those pinky berry tones, and it's actually stunning. You also get a pressed glitter in here as well, and this pressed glitter is super, super pretty. I really have been enjoying playing with this one a ton. I actually really enjoy the Revolution pressed glitter formula. While it's not my favorite, it is a very, very nice one. Not bad at all. And this one is really nice and dimensional. It's got just a little bit of like a blue reflect to it, so it goes on the eye and gives you a lot of really nice kind of like movement and dimension. But I just wanted to mention this because I do like the color story so much. I think it's well thought out and well put together. You've got a couple of lighter tones in here. You've got a couple that are nice and deep. Got a nice mid-tone shades in here. Just think it's nice. I think the shimmers in here, or the metallics in here, are really nice as well. Nothing that's really going to blow your socks off, but nice. This palette for a free gift, I am not mad about it at all. Yeah, that doesn't look bad to me at all. At full price, this palette goes for around $7. Don't think that I would pay full price for it. But I did notice that these are always on sale at like the discount stores. So I'm talking TJ Maxx, Burke's, Marshall's, places like that. And especially with Easter coming up, this is such a fantastic Easter basket idea. Especially if you've got babies that are into makeup, you know, like preteens, little girls, or boys for that matter, who just want to play and experiment with some makeup. This is such a fantastic option because the packaging is really nice. It doesn't look or feel like cheap makeup at all, but it's super, super affordable. So you're giving them something that they're going to cherish and treasure without absolutely demolishing your pocketbook. So I did. Last time I went to Burke's, there were a couple of these on sale, and I picked up some because I got nieces galore. So I am so excited to do their Easter baskets this year because we're doing all kinds of makeup and like super fun skincare and like fake, because the kids are so into like skincare. Skincare is so big and makeup is so big right now. I just thought that I would mention this because it's a fantastic Easter basket idea. People kind of get stuck on the whole candy thing, and yeah, kids love candy, but they can only eat so much of it at a time. And candy is not a lasting joy. Like, it's good in the moment, but then it's gone. So I really like to put stuff like this mixed in with the candy, so that way they have something that lasts just a little bit longer. It's gonna bring them just a little bit more joy. Guys, that is it for today's video. I do so hope that it was helpful to you in some small way. A brief summary of the products in today's video. The only thing that I think you really need in your life is definitely going to be the highlight and the lipstick. I think both of these are super, super stunning. I think the packaging is gorgeous. The product, the formulas are absolutely just so, so delightful. So I really, really like these. When it comes to the complexion products, I think they're nice. I don't think you need this when it comes to the glowy primer serum thing. I just don't think you need this. If you're gonna go pick something like this up, I highly recommend the e.l.f. one instead. It's a better value. You're getting more product, and I just think it's just better overall. But when it comes to the foundation's not bad. I think that it looks nice. I think that it would be a nice summer foundation because it's nice and light. It's almost like a skin tint with just a tiny touch more coverage and not quite as glowy. I don't know. If you guys have tried this, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I'm curious. Do you feel the same way about the whole 0.77 fluid ounces of product? Like, am I just making a big deal about nothing? Like, just why? Why not give us a full fluid ounce of product? I just don't get it. Guys, as always, I'll list everything I talked about in the description box, along with all of the other tags to all of my other socials. You know the drill. If you did enjoy today's video, please make sure you give it a big old thumbs up before you leave. And until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.